Alright, bear with me for a moment. Alright, try to set up this whole scene here. Huh? Oh, uh, various topics. Various topics. Yeah. Alright. My phone kind of gave me some trouble. I had to excuse me a little bit. I don't know. I can't even see my own self to start with. Try it this way. Alright, so once again, Alright, so once again, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakodash. Alright, alright, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations unto the hopeful elect. Alright, so this is this is Yatazak out here again, you know, on the battlefield, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Huh? Well, I talking, you know. I say I talking. If somebody want to know what's going on, they will come. I say if anybody want to know what's going on, they will come and ask questions. Yeah, well, this is not really church, you know. This is really something different. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, this is Yatazak out here again on the battlefield. You know. And right now the tensions going on with China. Right now China is one of the big talk right now. Alright. You know, and China threatening war with Taiwan. Alright. And all that will lead up to what? To World War III. Alright? All that leading up to World War III. I lost my chain of thought right there. You know? Yeah, so all that will lead up to World War III. Alright? Alright now, the whole thing with Russia, Ukraine, Russia tell China that basically they go back them up. You know? So all that leading up to what? World War III. Alright? So and what does that show? What does that prove? That proves that the prophecies coming to pass. Alright? All the prophecies coming to pass. Which we are what? We are the end. We are the end of this last captivity that we are in. Alright, right now we in the rebirth of Rome. Alright? We ain't waiting for no one antichrist to rise up. You know, the scripture said there are many antichrists. Alright? And right now Esau is trying to do what? He's trying to build up his new world order. He's trying to get his new world order, you know, on the go right now. The scripture say, they shall come, they shall rebuild, but I shall throw down. That is wait my second. Bear with me.
The son of mine, I listening from the back there
Alright, no problem.
to hear what you're speaking about.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The son of
Yeah.
You
Alright.
listen to the word of God there? Whiskey, alright.
Yeah, so yeah, so this is the book of Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus said Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh. An ambassador is sent among you. Sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, thou shalt set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said Yahweh. Alright? So basically the so-called white man.
So the boss,
Yeah.
explain to me now. But I don't come and you explain to
No,
me.
no, you,
Yeah.
no, you can talk from right if you
No,
want.
yeah. So it is showing me there.
Mm,
Obadiah,
right.
right, chapter
Obadiah is only chapter 1.
1. And what you say what?
You say what? So this concerning the vision that Obadiah get concerning Edom, right?
Yeah.
Right? The vision of Obadiah, thus said Yahweh. Alright, the Lord there, the Most High name is Yahweh. And his son is Yahweh Shai. The Most High name in Hebrew now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So his name go be Yahweh. And you speak English.
Yeah.
So you have an English name.
Yeah.
Back then the Israelites.
So what excuse me.
Yeah.
So you know, you have an English name.
Yeah,
So we go speak English.
right.
But in Obadiah is showing me well
Right.
in them times.
Yeah, a vision you get, right?
Yeah.
I would speak for it on some everything I say,
But
right?
between me and you,
Yeah.
Obadiah speaking about Jesus Christ. Or
No,
God.
no, here he's speaking about the vision that he get from the Lord concerning
For the Lord.
the end times.
The message, the end times.
Right.
So, which we're living in right now.
Yeah,
Big one go listen to you, man.
yeah. So the scripture say here, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and back then the Romans was carrying what? The eagle. The eagle was their national bird. Alright? And what is the national bird of America today? Which is the rebirth of Rome. Concerning the book of Daniel with the head of gold. Alright? Goes straight down to the iron and clay. The rebirth of Rome. And that is who? That is America. Right? The national bird is the eagle. Just as ancient Rome. So today we living in modern Rome today. Alright? And right now we can see that what the kingdom is crumbling. Alright? The kingdom is crumbling according to the prophecies. The scientists came out and talk about time speeding up. Right now in the news they're talking about the heat wave. which goes back to Revelation chapter 16. All right, Revelation 16 and 16 and I will start at verse 8. Right, Revelation 16 and verse 8, it says, "And the fourth angel poured out his veil upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God," right, I'm speaking in verbatim, right, "which had power over these plagues, and they repent not to give him glory." So right now, all right, people are complaining about the heat, all right, and down to the pitch in certain countries, the ground melting, the pitch melting because of the heat of the sun, all right. And the Lord said that even though these things happening to them, they're not repenting from their sin and giving the Most High glory, all right. So that is prophecies here, right? Again,
Fulfilling.
yeah.
Yeah.
The war with China, all right, Russia and America, that is wars and rumors of war. All right, the scripture says you go hear wars and rumors of war, and then the economy collapsing. They won't show you that on the public news, right? You have to watch on different news sources, see what's going on around the world, because they're trying to hide certain information. All right, you go see people uprising against the governments because the money, different countries, you know, their money hit rock bottom. All right, the people they're working and basically the money can't do nothing. All right, about the oil and the gas, you know. Then people can't mind their family because why? Food prices skyrocketing right around the world. All right, that is the Most High bringing famine upon the land. All right, the Most High he's bringing the plagues.
The Bible show you that, eh?
Yeah,
These things will happen.
yeah. So it say, going back to the book of Obadiah, verse 3, he said, "The pride of thine heart had deceived thee, because why? The so-called white man saying that he is God." All right,
Yeah, the man speaking sense.
right. He's saying that he is
Man
God,
speaking real sense.
you know.
Thank you. Okay.
Say, "Though thou dwell in the cliffs of the rock," and who like to live in these high buildings and skyscrapers, all right, and that is the so-called white man, right? We are in his time, yeah. This is his age, this is his kingdom. He's the one who are the rockets, all right. It have no black man upon the face of the earth right now, or no space company with no rockets to go out in space, right? The scriptures call the so-called white man the devil. This is the book of Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It said, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" All right, so the earth is given into the hands of this devil. All right, and when did the so-called white man came into power? Because they are not white people. All right, that word white people is social construct that came about in the 16th century. All right, they call us what? Negroes, American Negroes, blacks. All right, but we are the true chosen people of the Bible. All right, they're trying to keep that a secret. We are the ones, all right, who fulfill Deuteronomy 28 and 68, who were slaves. All right, they sent us all through the different parts of the earth on what? We are the only people that was sent on as slave on ships. All right, and that was the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right,
Deuteronomy.
book of Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Deuteronomy and Joshua. You reading from Deuteronomy there.
Yeah,
So the man, yeah.
Deuteronomy,
Man know what he's saying, Jack.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Crazy. Get tired. Alright.
Yeah. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there he shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." All right. So we are the ones who serve slavery, all right, during the birth of the Renaissance.
Sister, hello.
Yeah.
This
We-
man,
we are the
he's
one-
a messenger, Jack.
We are the one who served slavery. We, alright, the whole world looked down on us. Alright, they call us all different names, and that happened during from slavery to now. They call us
Africa was brought here like slaves, innit?
yeah,
I learned that from school. We Africans
Hey,
was-
hello.
But-
Lady man came
but right, they're
give us
taking
the message. Yeah.
they're taking them same measures. And what you talking about it? They're taking them thing out of school books right now.
Thank you.
Right?
I learned that in school.
Yeah, and right now, the so-called white man, he can pay for what he did to us. He and the other nations. And this is what they're not teaching us. They're not telling us that we are the chosen, we are the jewels of the Most High. Alright? We are his precious people. But because we turn from what? From serving him, alright, he turned his back on us too. But right now, the Lord is waking up his elect. Through the four corners of the earth, you go see people like me on the streets doing videos. You understand? This is the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. I will start at verse 9. You say, if any man have an ear, let him hear. So ear, what they're speaking about, they isn't speaking about a physical ear, they're speaking about understanding. So if any man have an ear, let him hear. So if you're understanding, understand this. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Alright, so the Lord saying here in the book of Revelation, in the future to come, all them that have people in slavery, them shall be slaves. Alright? So right now, even as I speak, we are slaves. That is why we are ID card and we have birth paper. That is we born papers. According to Deuteronomy 28 and 68, they say what? We will be born men and born women, and no man shall buy us. Because we are slaves. Alright? When you look at that whole Independence Day thing, alright? Is independence, emancipation. Alright? They take us from private slave owners and they transferred us to the government, to the state. So we are not owned by no private slave owner. We are owned by the state. That is why if you hit a child, the government will come and lock you up. Because you don't own them, the government own them. Alright? And that's just the truth. Alright? So what's going on in the world right now? The world is changing and we are going back into power. Alright? We are who? The Israelites, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the native, the ones that are greatly despised. Alright? And what is going to happen at the end of the day is I'm going to the book of Isaiah chapter 11 because they're going to have a second Exodus. Alright? Look, this is Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11. Alright? And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord, which is Yahweh, shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Patros and from Cush and from Elam and from China and from Hamath and from the isles of the sea. Alright? So that's just showing that our people, which are the Israelites, alright, are scattered all through the four corners of the earth. Alright? We are the poor. Alright? We are the poor. We are the needy. We are the ones who are the needy. That's what the Lord say, I know thy works and thy tribulation. Them Amalekites who dwell in Israel today, they are not the true people of the Bible. We are the true people. Alright? That's what the Lord says. They say that they are Jews and are not, but the synagogue of Satan, because them people across there, them Ashkenazi Jews and them, they are really the Amalekites. Alright? Right, so it says, and it shall come to pass in that day. What day is that? That is the last days. That the Lord, which is his true name is Yahweh, shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. And right now, the Lord is recovering his people.
Yeah, brother. Boy.
And how is the Lord doing that? Through the internet. The scriptures speak about what? The internet. That is why I could do a video and post it up on the internet and get 3,000 views, 10,000 views. Back
Yeah, man.
then the apostles and the prophets used to go on ships to these different the different countries and them to preach the word. But now, alright, the Lord is using the internet to do that. Alright?
So big up.
Yeah?
What the duty, we, like you know, with men.
Right.
You know, my mother make me, you know, parents, you know, father.
Yeah.
I come in the world. They send me to school, but always with a principle. But it's not all parents
Yeah.
will teach the children in that way. What you think? What you think is the duty to explain to the
What is a man's whole duty? This is the book of
thank you, brother, man.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Yes.
Fear God,
Mhm.
which is the Most High, which is
Yeah.
Yahweh,
Yeah.
and keep his commandments.
Thank you.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Yes, man.
So that is the whole duty.
So no. I come in again because you know
Yeah.
sometimes I was wondering because it's not the same way we just drop here.
Nah, we have to serve the Lord and keep the commandments.
Thank you, brother.
Because a house without rules,
Hmm.
what if you're living in a house without order, what want to be the house? Chaos, yeah. Children go do what they want, and that is what going on in
So
this.
Thomas, listen to me.
Yeah.
That why. I mean, as a person still does smoke my cigarette and so on, which I think I think that leg with that because God and what that in the temple now.
Yeah.
Although I had the message, although you know I'm doing the right things, but still I have to take a drink, I have to smoke a cigarette.
Well, nothing wrong with drinking,
Okay,
but smoking is the problem.
thank you.
Scripture say drink no longer water, but a little wine for the infirmities of the stomach, because alcohol is kill worms.
Yeah. So big so all right. You know, we making a commitment to God. As a male, he is a female. But I grew up, you know, my parents and them, you know, I go to school, you know, and I go to church. But I had this goodness in me. One of these days, you know, like, see that woman that make that first child for me? I had to settle down in life. I had to, but you know, to see how you're looking at it. And told man, you end up with this woman telling you, no, I believe in God, eh?
Excuse me, sorry.
Told man. And this lady telling you, say, brother, I pregnant.
Yeah.
What you think is our duty? Knowing that, hello, I run a racket. This lady telling me about Jesus Christ. What do you think is the best step to handle that scene? Because she telling you, hello, it gonna be a shame.
Yeah.
You know, me church goers and them go like me. Go say, wait no, but she making a baby and she ain't married. They go say, who that? But she coming to church every day and look, no man. Big what you think a man should do in general? Not to go and marry, right?
Yeah, right. Well, you don't have to go and marry.
You do that way I want to hear that way. So big listen to me. So I could live with a woman and then marry she but still the man above love me.
But according to the scriptures, right?
Right, yeah.
Marriage is not going and signing a contract.
Okay. Marriage is what?
Marriage, really and truly, is just
It's a commitment.
Marriage is really sex.
Nah,
That is
man.
according to the Bible. That is
They go,
marriage.
wait a minute. Listen to me.
Which part in the Bible you see that when a
They
marriage?
go, remember I dealing with the 10 commandments.
Right. So
What?
yeah.
The 10 commandments, That's the whole Bible. Where I shouldn't do and where I shouldn't commit.
It's not only 10 commandments. in
Yeah,
Bible.
man. They are telling you. You see, they are telling you, what? Listen to me again. You see the 10 commandments? The 10 commandments, brother, is the Bible. Because we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. No. Then we go get to the verses and the scriptures and so on. But we have to live to what? The 10 commandments. The boss.
Now, let me read something for you. And tell me if you ever hear this in the 10 commandments, right?
Okay.
Exodus 21.
Exodus, eh?
Yeah,
I
21.
saw it, yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Exodus 21 and verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her
There you
raiment,
go.
and her duty of marriage,
Listen to me.
shall he not diminish. You ever hear that in the 10
Wait,
commandments?
but listen to me. The devil, listen to me, eh? How the devil is operate. Remember the devil had tricks, you know?
Mhm.
So man, we as Rastaman, as churchgoers, as Muslims, Seventh-day Adventists, well, we know the Anglicans and the Catholic. I wouldn't say that because it has people still going in the Anglican church, which we know there is Antichrist in general. Them does lie down and preach. So them like the idol and the it are other people too, like the certain Hindus and so on. They preach what man. They tell themselves that you see that like that is my God. Tall man, they go. We cannot go around and preach the word of God and then believe in the 10 commandments. Because the 10 commandments, we cannot go and get no more than one wife. We have to marry. Marriage is a commitment.
Which part of the Bible say thou shalt not have more than one wife?
The boss, marriage is a commitment to go. It was going good all the time.
That's all. Let me read over the scripture for you.
So you ain't married then?
That's no. Let me
You're
read.
committing sin.
Listen to what I'm saying. What is it?
So I believe Rastaman, one minute. You see the teach, listen to me again.
Now, let me ask you this question again.
Alright.
According to the Bible.
There go the 10 commandments I'm dealing with.
Right.
That the Bible?
Yeah. So let me read this again. Exodus 21.
So wait. So
Listen,
all them
listen.
babies you are there, you ain't married that woman, boy?
Listen to
Don't
what,
tell me that now, man. I gone. I ain't believe it. Serious. I can't listen to you again, man.
Alright, no problem.
Now, to be honest, because you what? So you
That's
make
all.
children with
So-
that lady, and
so-
you ain't married that
so-
woman, and tell me, boy, they go for you, we and leave me alone now. What about it? You want
So,
to come and go
but just remember you putting words in my mouth, eh, sir.
No, but you married the lady.
That's not what I ain't answer you up to now, and you talk, you're putting words in my mouth.
One love.
Well, I got to, I got to tell you this. Don't put words in my mouth again. Up to me, I ain't answer none in your question. You know the Bible say the wicked flee when nobody pursue it, right? Up to me and answer a question you say and you get up and you talking madness. Yeah, so you know, I had to excuse me for that. Because like the Panama like he drinking alcohol and I don't know. The scripture say don't make no argument with basically our food. Alright? The man come and ask me a question and me answer the question and the man said, I see. And it on camera, eh? The man said, I see being married. Alright? So according to the Bible, right? According to the Bible, right? Sex is marriage. Right? All this man-made religion stuff. Alright, this is this is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children. Alright, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So I asked the gentleman there, according to the Bible, what is sin, right? And then he started talking, you know, he start talking things I even say up to now. Alright? So according to the Bible, sin is the transgression of the law. You break out, you break one of the law, and that is what? You're committing sin. According to the Bible, alright? I'm gonna read it one time. Alright? Panaman, I never said I never talk them things, sir. And there's a law, the scripture speak about bearing false witness against thy neighbor. Right? This is the book of John. First John. Right? The book of First John. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This is. Love not the world, neither the things just now. Just so, right? Right, this is the book of First John, alright, chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, for whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. So I ask the gentleman, according to the Bible, what is sin? Alright? And up to now he can answer the question. So he divert from saying, right, from answering the question, and he's saying that I see, right, something about marriage. Alright? But anyway, right? So according to the Bible, sin is the transgressions of the law. Alright, you break a law, you commit sin. That is how you sin. That is why Paul say, you know, I know basically in some Paul writing, he say what? He didn't know sin but through the law. Because the law said thou shalt not. Alright? Because hey, out in the world, right? It have a lot of people who just say that they don't believe in the Bible, alright, and the law and thing, right? But still, you know, they will reference the law, right? But ask one of them, well, what is sin according to the Bible? Most of them can't answer you because they don't know, alright? They don't know, alright? So if I was to walk up to a random person and say, hey, according to the Bible, what is sin? Most of them can't answer because they don't understand. Alright? That is why the so-called white man, they have a term. They say if you want to hide information, alright, from a Negro, put the information in a book because Negroes don't like to read. We so-called black people, they don't like to read. So if you was to reference something from books, from a book, oh, put that information in a book. You know what most of them go do? They go take the book and they go open the book on Psalms 91 and they go put it by the bed head. Right? They go put the book over the bed head. Some of them just do that. Right? You know? And that is basically how it is in the world. So if you was to ask certain questions, they can't answer. Alright? Because a lot of people they just have the Bible packed up in a house collecting dust. You know, that's they collecting dust on a shelf. And the only scriptures some of them might know is what Psalms 91, Psalms 93, John 3 and 16. And other than that, if somebody do read it for them, they're not gonna pick it up and read it for their own self. You know? And so that's just how the world is today. People them just lazy. You know? So it says here, let me read it over. This says the book of 1 John 3 and verse 4. It says, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Alright? So if you break a commandment, and according to the Bible, it have over 613 laws. Alright? That's why Paul said what? He established the law. Because the law tell you, a man shouldn't sleep with another man. A woman shouldn't sleep with animals. Right? The law tell you that. The world now, which is against the Holy Bible, against the word of the Most High, the world tell you, a man can sleep with another man. But if it was only to reference the 10 commandments, alright, you won't see that in the 10 commandments. You have to go in the law. That's why it's the book of Deuteronomy, the book of Leviticus, book of Exodus, you understand? Book of Judges, and you'll get the different laws. Alright? So that is how you commit sin. So as I said, if you was to walk up on one of them randomly and just say, what is sin according to the Bible? They're going to say, well, sin is just doing wrong. I ask them, well, what is doing wrong? You understand? They can't break it down to you properly. Yeah? Right. This is yeah, so back to what I was what I was speaking about earlier on. Right now the heat waves, right? I was dealing with the heat wave. And when you go to Revelation 16, it tells you about the heat wave. And that's happening right now. There's a prophecy and it comes to pass. Alright, Revelation 16 and verse 8. And a fourth angel poured out his veil upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat and blasphemed the name of God. Because instead of saying, well, it's the Lord who bring in the plagues, they say, no, that's climate change. So that they're fooling the people basically. Alright? So this prophecy coming to pass. You understand? Heat wave, uprising of the people, wars and rumors of wars, the prophecies coming to pass. Alright? That's what's going on in the world right now. Alright? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter. I was read Isaiah 31 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Alright? So all these people who like to run to the government, alright? Because right now we in modern day Egypt, the Revelations call it spiritual. It's spiritually called Egypt and Sodom. Why these scriptures reference the society that we live in today, Egypt and Sodom? Alright? Let me deal with Sodom. What was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah? What was the acts the people was doing? Alright? Look how the world have our young men dressing and our young women dressing. Alright? The men them looking like women today. Alright? The woman them more, some of the women and them more manly than the men them. Alright? It are the laws, according to the law, a man supposed to rule over the woman. But nowadays, alright, the woman them, they want to rule over you. And that's against the law. That is against the laws what the Most High set up. Alright? But the time can come when all that can change. Alright? Where all that going to change. Because the Most High can bring something called the time of trouble. Alright? The time of Jacob's trouble. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that. You know what? I will start at verse 4. Jeremiah 30 and starting at verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Alright? So Israel and Judah, that is what? That is Israel. Negroes, Latinos, and native. The people and them who keep going in and out slavery. Who the world looking down on. Alright? Who are serving slavery up to this day. Spiritual slaves. Alright? For thus said the Lord, which is Yahweh. Alright? We have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So the time can come where you can see men holding their loins, because this is what you're talking about here, and they're holding their mouth and they're going to be bawling. Men can be bawling like women in the streets, because just now we don't have no food in the groceries. We don't have no electricity running to the people's houses, no water in the line. You won't be able to go by the police, because you don't have no work. Alright, the Lord, when you read the scriptures, he keep talking about destruction, time at the end. Alright? That's why we don't have no food. In order to buy food just now, right, you go have to take the CHIP. I can't even say it because they go take down the video. Alright? And the reason why YouTube doing that, they're taking on the brother's video, because why? Because they're talking the prophecy when they talk about the famine of the word. So now you can't even talk about the beast, right? The stamp. I can't even say the word. Alright? Alright, the mark. And if you take down the video, that is them. Alright, the mark. Alright? Spoken of in Revelation. When you look up the word mark, it goes into the Greek word charagma, which means insert something in your flesh. So just now you gotta get a CHIP in your hand in order to go and buy and sell, because everything can go digital. You have a smartphone, you have a smart watch, your house, you have a smart house, you have a smart fridge, you have a smart stove. Everything going digital. Alright? So when you look at the currency, the scriptures, they talk about what? The Lord can break the staff of bread. Like, when you hear on the news, they talk about you only have a few more weeks, a few more months or something. So for wheat, and what is the main ingredient to make bread? Wheat and flour. The Lord breaking the staff of bread. Because you people out there, most of you don't even say your prayers when you wake up. You don't even say your prayers when you don't even give thanks when you get food. Most of you people. Before you sleep, you're not even giving thanks. So the Most High can take that away from you. Alright? The Most High can do that. Alright? And it says here, going back to Jeremiah verse 7, chapter 30 and verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So the Lord can bring the trouble upon the earth. The Lord is the one, alright, who bring the plagues. Not spiritual demon Satan. Alright? The Lord is the one bringing the plagues. And if you're not on the Lord's side, alright, you're going to get caught up out here. Because the Most High is the one bringing the plagues. Alright? When you read the book of Revelation, it talks about the angels with the veils, pouring out the plagues. Alright? So the Lord is the one bringing the plagues. This is the book of Joel, chapter 1 and verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord, which his true name, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, which means he exists. is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Alright? Verse 16 it says, is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Yeah, joy and gladness from the house of from our God. So the Lord taking the mirth out of this place. Alright? All this Christmas celebration, because the Bible condemn Christmas. When you read the book of Jeremiah 10, it talk about a man going to forest, cut down a tree, decked with gold and silver. All them things are against the will of the Most High. They say they try to cover up the wickedness by saying, oh, they're celebrating the birthday of the Lord. When you read the scriptures tell you that the Lord born basically on Passover. And what month did they say Passover? That is spring. That around March. Alright? So around March is spring. How hey, I'll show you how our people simple. Alright? I'll show you how the people simple. This is the book of Amos. Book of Amos 9, and I will start at verse 2. Because when the Lord come back, he come back to deliver his elect. And simultaneously, alright, the wicked is going to be destroyed simultaneously. And this is what they are going to do. When the Lord come back and the place being destroyed. This is Amos 9 and verse 2. It says, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. So when the Lord come back, right? When they dig into hell, they talk about what? The underground bunkers. They're going to be hiding in the underground bunkers from what? The nuclear missiles, because World War III could be going on. Say, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, and how they can climb up to heaven? They had that set up already. The International Space Station and the rockets. Alright, they'll try to leave the atmosphere and go up in so-called space. To flee, alright, to flee when the Lord come in. So it say here, though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel talk, what is talking about here? In the mountains. Alright, they had a base, the bunkers in the mountains. I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. So them who had the bunkers, the $1 million bunkers under the ground, them who had the bunkers under the sea, them who planning to go out, it are NASA, it are SpaceX, alright, it are these different space companies. Alright, they're building rockets, and all that is to do what? You fill up them building them rockets to go to Mars? No, them preparing for when the Lord come back. Alright, them preparing for when the Lord come back. Alright. So that is how it's gonna be. Them preparing to flee from the sight of the Lord when the Lord come back. So going back to the book of Obadiah, alright, I jump down to verse 6, Obadiah 1 and 6. They say, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? So everybody's seen the shame of what? Of Babylon. And Babylon today is what? Is who? America. Alright? So when you read the book of Daniel, with the dream, what Nebuchadnezzar get, with the head of gold, and that he is the head of gold. Alright? Then you get the silver. Alright? You know what? I will read that. Alright, this is Daniel. You look at Daniel chapter Daniel chapter, where shall I start? There's so much here. Daniel 8 and verse Daniel 8:1. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first. And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass, when I saw that I was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam. Alright? And I saw a vision, and I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns. Alright? And the two horns were high. And the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other. And the higher came up last. So this talking about the Medes and the Persians. Alright? Because the Persians was greater than the Medes. Alright? That way I say one was higher than the other. Alright? And the higher came up last. So the Persian came after the Medes. Alright? I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand, but he did according to his will and became great. So that was the time for what? The Persian Empire. Now bear in mind, they wasn't talking about the head of they wasn't talking about Babylon, they're talking about the kingdom coming after Babylon, because he was getting a vision. Daniel was getting this vision, but he was in the Babylonian captivity at the time. It was going on at the time, right? And then basically it will give you the different periods with the different rulers, the different rulership. But notice, how come you hear nothing more no Antichrist and Satan ruling? No, he's showing you. Alright? Yeah. The ruler, the men. Alright? It's men who ruling. From the head of gold straight down to the iron and the clay. And notice that it called them beasts, because they are non-Israelites. Because they did not inherit the laws. They did not, the Most High did not give these other nations the laws, statutes, and commandments. So without laws, you come like an animal or beast. A dog don't have laws, so he will eat in bin. He will you know, a dog will sleep with his own mom, with his sisters, because there are no laws. Animals have no laws. But if there are laws, alright, you're going to be walking what? According to the Bible, you're going to be upright. You're walking on your 2 fours, on your 2 foot, sorry. Alright? And basically this whole verse here, this goes into what? The whole breakdown with Antiochus Epiphanes and with the, you know, with the whole thing. You know? Let's get you the rundown of the whole history. When you read Daniel chapter 2, alright, and 2, I will start from 28. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets, and maketh known to the King Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. I want to hear you talk. You're talking. You're talking thing I even say. I ain't like that one. I even answer your question. You're saying things I never say. Okay. You're talking about the law, but the law says thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. I like that one. Alright. I will jump down to verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arm of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest still that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of upon his feet that were of the iron and clay, and break them to pieces. So basically, this just represents, what gonna happen in the future. Because at this time, Daniel was basically, in the Babylonian Empire. He was there was in Israel was under the Babylonian captivity at that time, and he received the vision and the dreams and whatnot. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art the king of kings, for the power of heaven had given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And whosoever and wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven had he given into thine hand. Right? And had made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. So Nebuchadnezzar at that time, he was the first, right? He was the head of gold. Alright? And that's referencing something. And just as how the Lord, say, let me read over this precept, this verse here. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven had he given into thine hand, and had made thee ruler over them. Thou art, right? That is the point I'm trying to draw from there. That is the same way how the Lord gave Esau the kingdom. Scripture says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Alright, so right, the earth is in the hands of the wicked. That is why wickedness flourishing right now on the earth. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. That's the Romans and them. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Alright, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and they're talking about Israel. Alright? When Yahweh shall come back with the UFOs, alright, and take down all these kingdoms and set up his kingdom, which shall never be taken down by no other. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power that had made known to the king what shall come to pass, and that power is Yahweh. Hereafter, and a dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Alright? So right now, we are in what? We are in Esau kingdom. Alright? This kingdom belongs to the so-called white man right now because this is his rulership. Alright? This is Rome all over again. Modern Rome. Alright? So the time can come where World War III will be going on and the whole world will be in chaos. You know? The whole world will be in chaos. It will be lack of food, lack of everything. And this truth could be hid. Alright? This truth could be hid. Alright? People could be looking for this truth and won't be able to get it. Alright? So that time is coming. The time of Esau captivity is at hand. The time of Jacob's trouble is at hand. Alright? So trouble is coming upon the earth. Distress and great fears. Because the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is bringing out that destruction. Alright? He's the one who bringing the terror. You know? And soon, alright, then Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then the righteous man shall stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. So all they that basically what? Scoff, talk shit. Hey, time coming where the Lord can reveal the truth. Alright? So hey, so I giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakodash. Hope this prophecy into the wind. So I hope whoever was listening, I hope it was a little edifying. I hope you understand that the wages of sin is death, and sin, according to the Bible, alright, is breaking the commandments. You break the commandments, you commit sin. Alright? So remember that. So until we meet again, Shalom.